Jonesy, it's a defeat here at Old Brodleians this afternoon. Just your reflection on what was probably a fairly disappointing display.
Yeah, it was. But in saying that, it was a better performance than what we put in last week. Without the kind of outcome of last week, I thought there was some good individual performances today. We just didn't kind of win some of the big kind of moments in the game, and that probably kind of took its toll. And they just had a couple of chances, and they took their chances, and we had some good pressure, but we just couldn't build enough kind of phases, or we couldn't break the line, and we couldn't pick up the points in that first half, and kind of let us down a little bit and chasing the game in the second half.
Felt like a fairly similar story to what the first half was at Old Brodleians last week. You had quite a lot of possession, you just couldn't break through a fairly decent defence.
Yeah, their defence was a lot better this week. They were kind of right up for it. They were in our faces and put us under a bit of pressure, and we kind of didn't deal with that kind of too well. Obviously, we held the ball really well, but we didn't kind of break as well as what we want. But you've got to play to the conditions, and obviously it's tough tough rugby out there at the moment, and a bit of the mud and the grit, and we knew that it was going to be a little bit like that. So we had to hold ball a little bit longer, and we gave away a couple of little kind of silly kind of errors and things like that, and we didn't kind of, as I said, build that pressure and try and pick up kind of points in that first half.
One of the massive positives from today is obviously young Nat Parker getting his first try. He probably could have had one in the first half as well, but it's just something nice to take away from the game, isn't it?
Oh, it's amazing. These 17-year-olds, and obviously Billy played as well. Ollie got some good minutes and stuff like that in him, but no, we're really proud for Nat. I think he was chuffed. Also, it was a good try as well. It wasn't just a kind of walk over. He had to kind of do a lot of work from probably about 40-50 metres out, so it was a fantastic effort from him, and it's great to see these kind of young kids kind of come on. It's fantastic, and hopefully over the next kind of couple of weeks we can kind of bring a few more on, and get them some game time coming the end of the season.
And your side, give credit to them as well, of course, because they could have thrown in the towel with 10, 15, 20 minutes to go, and still trying towards the end, still trying to get points on the board, and I guess that shows how far you've come.
Yeah, exactly, that's right. We played kind of 85 minutes last week, and the boys are still kind of hungry, and they wanted to kind of finish the performance on a bit of a high. So obviously getting that kind of last try and working kind of towards that next one. So, and it's funny, we look kind of good when we play at that kind of speed and that kind of width as well, which is obviously frustrating because I think we're good enough to kind of play that most of the game rather than just if we're kind of chasing 2 or 3 tries down.
Do you think the defeat today will take a while to get over for your lads, or do you think it'll be a case of we park it going into a big rest week?
It has been a hell of a long month. There's not going to be too many teams that are going to go to Manchester, obviously Rochdale, and Halifax kind of back-to-back weeks and kind of come away. And the only thing that they will probably let us down is they haven't really kind of come away with bonus points, even kind of 4 tries or kind of like even within 7 kind of thing. And we've gone to Rochdale in here and not kind of picked up any kind of points. It was probably a little bit disheartening for us. So the 5 points at El Crocs was good. So no, the boys are going to enjoy today. We've got everyone on the bus, which is obviously fantastic. We don't really get that kind of too kind of often. So we'll enjoy today and then the bus ride home, and then we'll look forward to having a really kind of good week off and then a reset to host Weatherby in 2 weeks.
And that's going to be a very difficult game, isn't it? Because obviously they've beaten Rochdale today, so they're going to be high flying coming to Silveroid.
Yeah, they're going to be one of the form teams of the competition, I think, at the moment. Can't remember the last time Weatherby lost, and they're flying up through the kind of tables and stuff, and they probably still think that they've got a shot of kind of making the kind of top kind of 2 and pushing Rochdale as well as us. So that's going to be another tough one. We're wanting to have a good performance at home. We're owed a kind of good performance, but we need to go in and earn it. It's not going to expect it.
And it'll be nice to not have to be on the road for a couple of weeks now, won't it?
Yeah, definitely, and that's obviously a huge bonus as well. I think we've got back-to-back games, I think, at home now, I think. So that'll be obviously enjoyable, and obviously we can get a few more kind of guys blooded in, and as I said, a few more of the younger lads kind of down to have a few games.